I want you to pay attention as we'll be doing a little teaching on a very crucial matter. Our text for today is Ezekiel chapter 18 verse 31. Ezekiel chapter 18 verse 31. He says, "Cast away from you all your transgressions, whereby ye have transgressed, and make you a new heart, and a new spirit. For why will you die, O house of Israel?" I made to understand that the topic or the theme of the year for FCS this year is finishing the work. I was told finishing strong. But I think it's all the same thing. And I was praying and said, God, why would I be sharing? The Lord said I should share on the topic, make ye a new heart. Make ye a new heart. And I suppose that you cannot finish the work until you understand the issues of a new heart. You may start, but you can never finish until you understand the concept of a new heart. And I came with a burden in my heart that the Lord, in His mercy, will open that to us. By the grace of God, briefly, without wasting much of your time, I will look at the types of heart. Now look at the characteristics of a new heart. Now look at how to make a new heart, hindrances to making a new heart, and consequences of not having a new heart. What is a heart? The heart is the core, the center of our being. Our heart is that part of us that controls whatever we do. Our heart is the center of our decisions, the guiding principles of everything we do. The Bible speaks about many types of heart. One heart the Bible talks about, because of time, I will just give you the references when I continue, is a heart of stone. That is a heart the Bible calls the heart of stone. You see that in Ezekiel chapter 36 verse 26 and Job chapter 41 verse 27. The Bible speaks of a heart and it calls it a heart of stone. That heart is a heart that is very hard. A heart that does not yield to the seed of the Word of God. Even as I'm preaching now, if you have a strong heart, you discover the Word hits you, but what? It falls on the ground because it is not soft. The heart cannot receive the Word of God. The Bible also speaks to us about an evil heart. That is the heart that is wicked. I don't know what people will go and it's a heart that is evil. The heart that can conceive unimaginable things. But I tell you that every man has the evil heart until his word regenerated. So the Bible speaks about evil heart. And the Bible talks about unbelieving heart. That is a heart that is unbelieving. And the Bible talks about a wicked heart. This one in Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 9. The Bible talks about a wicked heart. A wicked person is, our definition of a wicked person is different from the definition of God's wicked heart. To God, a heart that is wicked is a heart that does not appreciate God in submitting to God. When you say somebody is wicked, you are talking about someone that supposing you do good things to a person and the person will do evil to you. Let me give you an example. A woman saw a man on the street, drove him to sleep, begging, and she had mercy on him and she took him into her house. In the night, the man robbed her, raped her, and take away all her possessions. You say this is what? A wicked heart. But I tell you, God's definition of a wicked heart is that God has sent His Son to you, He has given you His precepts, and you decided to turn away from God. That's the definition of a wicked person, a person who turns away from God. The Bible talks about a hardened heart, Exodus chapter 8, verse 15. The Bible talks about a fearful heart, a heart that is always afraid to respond to God. Now, why am I taking time to talk about the natural heart of a man in the range that God described it? The bottom line about this heart is that it's a heart that turns away from God. Heart that turns away from God. Hebrews chapter 3, verse 12. Will give us something about that kind of heart. Hebrews chapter 3, verse 12. Then we need to read this one. Hebrews, is it there? Beware, brethren, lest there be any of you an evil heart of unbelief that departs from the living God. So the characteristics of those hearts is that it turns away from God. And this is a heart that likes to transgress. You know what is transgress? Means there is a path to follow, but an evil heart to Lord will lead that path. And that path is the path of God. So when you transgress, the Bible calls sin as what? Transgression. The Bible says sin is what? Transgression of the law of God. So an evil heart is a heart that will transgress the law of God. It's a heart that loves to commit sin. It's a heart that loves to deviate from God. It is inherent in the man. And that is the kind of heart every human being is born with. Every human being is born with a heart that turns away from God under normal circumstances. It's a heart that is hardened. It's a heart that stays away from the commandment of God, even if it knows it. In fact, the Bible is saying that a carnal mind cannot submit itself to God, even if it wants to do so. So there is this issue of a heart of man. And what I'm trying to say is that except you have a change of heart, you may never finish your work. In fact, you may never finish well. You may finish, but you will discover that there is a problem. So today I came this Monday to do a heart surgery for some of you. And I'm telling you, even as I'm mentioning about this heart, I'm trusting that the Holy Spirit will help you to look at your heart. How is the state of your heart? What is the type of heart that you have? Is it a heart that loves sin? Is it a wicked heart? Is it a heart that departs from God? Is it a heart that is fearful? Is it a heart that is wicked? Is it a heart that is wicked? And I think it's very easy to understand this matter. What is the type of heart that you have? Now, how do I know the type of heart that I have? How do I know the manifestation of God in my heart? The Bible says the heart transgress against God. Now let me give you some examples. When we are on the path of righteousness, there is always the enemy that comes from the left or from the right. His intention is to make us transgress, to leave the path. What the scripture here is telling us is that the heart that easily transgress is the wicked heart. Now, stimulating you to digress from the path. You know the path that God has ordained, but somehow, your ability to stay in the path doesn't work. Because your heart is evil. How many of you know that adultery is a sin? And fornication is a sin? All of us. But how many of us indulge in it? Please raise your hand. I know nobody raises that. There is an evil heart that loves sin that is inside of us, that with every provocation, that heart has a tendency to move around. That heart has a tendency to deviate from the path of God because it's an evil heart. That heart loves sin. The only reason that heart is not committing sin is because of fear. Either fear of hell, or fear of being caught, or fear of pregnancy, or fear of HIV. But inside the heart is not changed. And therefore someone can walk in fornication, for example, and he is still a Christian. He can still come to church, but the heart is not changed. That person has been to altar call. He has given his life to Christ. He has done everything he's supposed to do. He's living fellowship president. Yes. Very fellowship president in the past came to me. They are struggling with what? With fornication. SDS. GSC. So when I preach this message, I don't pretend that any one of you is born again. Because the issue is the issue of God heart. Is there a law of transgression? Is the heart that you have still a heart that is full of what? Evil. What kind of a heart do you have? Your heart doesn't still love sin. Is your heart still wicked? Does your heart love to fight? Does your heart love to gossip? Is sin still attractive? Are you wicked? And then you just look at God and say, God, I'm sorry, just this one time. No, believers, when they are fighting, when they are passing on the road and there is fight, they will call their brothers, sisters, around them, keep my Bible, let me show her who I am. There is an evil heart of unbelief that turns away from God. No wonder, most of you, when you finish your university, just give them 2 years. If you see them, you will not recognize them. They have gone back to the world. Because what has been keeping them in fellowship is the eyes of the brothers and the world and the sisters. Take it out, then the true color of the heart will manifest. What is your heart like? You have a heart that comes away from God. You have a heart that is just following God out of compulsion. Or you have a heart that loves that you love God. The issue of Christianity is the issue of the heart. Except you have a heart transplant, you will not understand why you are even here. Does your heart love money? You know the Bible says we shouldn't cheat, we should be fruitful in vision in Solomon. That's not how much you want in feeling. This will be great disgracefully. That's not how much you feeling. God didn't call us to be. But that thing that you as a child of God, you sit down there and the Holy Spirit is telling you, see, read, you refuse to read. Don't read your problem is praying that your brain is not working. We will reset your brain today in Jesus' name. I'm not joking. We will reset your brain. You have a bad brain. Your reading is not entering. I tell you from today. That God brain will change. That's for those who have no brains. You need prayer to reset your brain. But those of you who are lazy, you are here to read but you don't have time to read. Believe me. You are here to read but what? You don't have time to read. How many of you are like that? You suddenly discover that you cannot finish it. I used to share one powerful testimony. When I was in the university, somehow I did not read one topic. And after exam, 4 o'clock, there's another exam. When he was saying, I was just laughing. What year there was exam? We finished by 4. Another exam is 9 o'clock. I carried my books, I sat down there from that 4 till 9 o'clock. They left me, they came back and what? And made me sit down on the same spot. Because I was so afraid I would leave. Now I did it across. So what's the grace? Grace, you saw that how many hours? Count the number of hours. How much no grace is labor. If it is grace, I would have gone to my room and what? And slept and just come in the morning and said, hallelujah. Whether it is like that, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. They came and met me by 9, down by people's eyes. And then you are allowed to walk back in the lake. All the formulas that are supposed to climb, you don't climb. All the things that are supposed to be, you know it. And then the last day, the temptation will come to God to cheat. Whether you like it or not, when you are not prepared, you open yourself to temptation. And then I tell you that the purpose of God is disgrace. Say, God, let me pay this one. I will come and write the Bible. That's what for Bible. For a child of God who has found himself in a box, what will I do? Then there is a heart in you that loves to transgress. There is a heart that knows this is the path for today. But this heart can look at God and say, God, not today. Stay beside. Let me do what I want to do. That's the heart I'm talking about. A heart that is evil. A heart that loves to transgress. Some very powerful brothers in God met a sister and said, you know my son, we are getting married. Me, I just feel you. I just feel you. Let's just do it one time so that I know that you love me. Very powerful sister. I don't know whether I should call her powerful sister again. She fell. Why? Because there is a heart a point, that heart can look at God and say, stay aside. That's the heart I'm talking about. The heart that can look at God. Oh, Jesus, you are my Lord, you are my king, you are my God. But when the chiefs are down, you look at God and say, God, stay aside. I must fulfill this thing that I want. I will come back later. God, I know you must forgive me. There is an evil heart in man that turns away from God. To turn away means you are already listening. You find yourself in a situation, an evil heart will turn and depart from God because it is an evil heart. The characteristics of an evil heart is that when the journey is tough, that heart will deny God. That heart will turn away from God. That heart will turn and say, God, give me a minute. Let me enjoy a little of the flesh. Let me enjoy some things. There is the heart of unbelief. The heart is a fearful heart. The heart is a stony heart. The heart is a wicked heart. Why am I emphasizing this? Because if you still have that heart, then you are not being regenerated. You are not just pretending that you are a Christian when you know the heart. You know you have a rebellious heart. You know every good thing you do for God is out of convenience. When you are exposed to temptation, how will your heart react? How will your heart conform? What is the nature of your heart? That's the question I'm asking. That's what you say the sinner's prayer. Thank God you are necessary. Thank God you are the president. Thank God you are the Lord secretary. Then we can tell the story about church secretary and his pastor. That they fought so they have to take the pastor to the hospital. The elder slapped the pastor blue flag. The pastor to slap the elder blue flag. Are there pastors like that? Hey! Plenty! You see them in Sweden. No one that Jesus said is not God to God to God that is. And I come here with a message of salvation, and I'm trying to help you so that you will not be among those who are surprised at the end of the day. That's why I'm asking you, what is the state of your heart? Let me ask those that are very different. I went to a program and somebody was singing and shouting and he was sweating and leading praise worship. When they finished, someone tapped me and said, you are just drunk, weeping. And people in the congregation are saying, see how God is moving. I said, it's not God that is moving, it's we that is moving.